Hello everyone, welcome to Shotgun Farmers. If you're new to this game, this video is for you because I'm going over a guide on how to play Shotgun Farmers for beginners. So, you bought Shotgun Farmers or someone gifted it to you, and you just started this game up and you're presented with this title screen. Here's what you do first. If you want to learn how to play the game, first go to practice mode. My best recommendation for in the practice mode, you start off with training because it teaches you everything you need to know about the basics.
So you want to become a shotgun farmer, do you? Well, let's start with the basics. Show me you can move, jump, and crouch, and I'll let you out of that barn.
So we can move around, we can jump and crouch. It would just be simple movements and jumping and crouching.
Nice moves. Oh, by the way, your barn door's open. Out here, all our weapons grow from special plants, like this one. Head on over to that shotgun plant and harvest it for yourself.
So this is how we get our guns. They grow from the ground. They're all plants. Every single gun in Shotgun Farmers is a plant.
You got yourself your very first shotgun. Seems like you're a little short on ammo. You're gonna like this. Shoot the ground and you can grow some more ammo.
So the way you get more ammo in Shotgun Farmers is every time you miss a shot or shoot the ground, you can grow more ammo from your gun. The thing about Shotgun Farmers is that reloading is not an option. Instead, you just have to grab more guns from the crops in the ground. That's technically your reloading. But you can use up all your ammo, throw away your gun, and grab a new one. And this is how you get more of your guns.
You can harvest the weapon plants when they grow to get yourself some more ammo.
And the longer that the crop is in the ground, the more ammo you get at the end. You see that the crops are slowly growing. If I just wait this long enough, I'll get more ammo, but I'm going to collect them now.
Done. Keep an eye out for all types of weapon plants that grow on the farm. Now that you got your shotgun, let's put it to use. Eliminate that other farmer with your shotgun.
So this is how they teach us combat. You have to fire guns in this game. It's a first-person shooter.
Hey, good. Now that's what I call farming. If you're ever out of ammo, you can always switch to your trusty shovel.
Your secondary weapon is your shovel, which is used for a melee weapon.
You'll even run faster while you're holding it.
With a shovel, you can run the fastest while holding it.
Now, go melee that other farmer with your shovel. Go on, give him a good whack.
So from the front, you can actually hit a player or an AI 2 times and they'll die.
If you melee someone from behind, you'll take them out in one hit.
And there's also an assassination kill you can use with the shovel.
Well done! Looks like you're getting the swing of things. Sometimes you'll need to ride pigs, catch chickens, and defend scarecrows, so keep an eye out. That's it for the basics. Now let's get you out in the field.
Alright, so there's lots of explanations on what the announcer just said at the very end. For those who don't know, Shotgun Farmers has many different game modes. There's Team Deathmatch, for whoever reaches 5,000 points first wins the match. There's Capture the Pig, which is capture the flag. Chicken Run, which whoever holds the chicken the most wins the match. Think of Oddball from Halo. King of the Crow, which in other words, it's domination. Free for All, for every player for himself getting the most points in the match wins the match. Juggernaut, which your goal is to get the most kills as the Juggernaut, and whoever gets the most kills at the very end wins the match. Crop Swap, which in other words it's gun game from Call of Duty. Every time you kill someone with a weapon, you get promoted, and if you go through all the weapons, you win the match. If you melee someone, you can set a player back. Horde mode is the zombies mode. Your goal is to survive as long as you can from the zombie horde, or if you can, beat the mode. Be careful though, because there are boss battles in the game, and they're not easy, so I recommend a few buddies. Last but not least, we have tournament mode. Now, you don't have to worry about this one because usually tournament mode comes out once every blue moon within the Shotgun Farmers community. Sometimes the developers will run a tournament, or someone in the Shotgun Farmers Discord will run a tournament. When that time ever comes, you'll probably be known about it. I'll probably host a tournament at some point. Now that I went over the game modes with you, let's talk about the weapons. I'm gonna go back into practice mode and go to the firing range again. For the most part, I have free roam of this map now, since I'm not in the tutorial, but this is a firing range where you can practice your weapons. You start off with a normal shotgun. So basically, it's both short range and medium range. Think of it as, a shotgun you see in most FPS games. It's the basic weapon you first start off with, and it's the gun you're mostly going to use in a match. There's going to be a lot of gun spawns too that give you a whole variety of different weapons to use. Let's go over them all. Well, first things first, although the shotgun is very powerful, it only carries 8 rounds, so use those shots very carefully. Next, we have the Snipergus rifle. It's a combination of a sniper rifle and a asparagus. It's basically a sniper. You carry 5 rounds, and it's a very long-range weapon. No matter what happens, a headshot will always kill someone, even when they're armored. So keep that in mind. This is a rocket launcher. In other words, it's a carrot and a rocket launcher mixed together. This is the explosive weapon you see in the game. You can also blow up players, or you can propel yourself to a higher height if you jump and shoot the ground. You can boost yourself a little bit. Think of it as like Team Fortress 2. I think that might have been the inspiration from it. It also carries 4 rounds. This is a Granado launcher. In other words, it's a tomato and a grenade launcher mixed together. This is a lob weapon. If you shoot this weapon, and if you hit a player, it will kill them on impact. This is a weapon that has a slow rate of fire speed, so you have to predict where the player is going to be before you fire, and hope to God you hit something with it. It usually works best with close range. You carry 6 rounds with this weapon, so fire your shots carefully. Next, we have the P-Volver, which is a revolver and peas mixed together. This gun carries 6 rounds, but if you aim for the head as a headshot, it will 9 out of 10 kill someone unless they're armored. P-Volvers are very interesting because these are one of the 3 weapons in the game that you can actually use to heal your teammates. If you shoot your own teammate with this gun, it can pretty much bring all their health back. It's very effective in PvP and in Horde mode, so I recommend using that strategy. And I think there's secret achievements involved with healing your teammates with these weapons. Next is the Chili Thrower, which is a flamethrower and a chili pepper mixed together. This carries 100 rounds, and it works as a normal flamethrower. Damage may vary depending on how much health a player has, but if you spray it all over the place, 9 out of 10 times you're going to hit something. The M6 Bean is kind of different unlike most guns. This is a gun that bursts into 3 per shot. It has 24 rounds, so try to aim very carefully with this weapon. Aiming for the head is usually a fatality amongst your opponent, and this is also another weapon you can use to heal your teammates. Next, we have the Watermelon G. It's an LMG mixed with a watermelon. This is the heavy gun. You have to wind it up first before unleashing your full firepower. It's one of the strongest weapons in the game. But the trick is that you have to aim your shots carefully, and you probably move the slowest with this weapon. So if you're going to use this gun, do come prepared. And if you do hit something, you're pretty much going to finish the guy off. Strawberry is a very interesting entry. It's probably one of the most difficult weapons to use. Although you can carry 12 different rounds of ammunition, they are very difficult to hit a target. Think of Tomb Raider. You would have to time your shots carefully before you end up hitting an opponent. It works the same way as a body shot does damage, but a headshot does the most damage. But what makes this weapon also very special is that a Strawberry also heals teammates, just like the M6 Bean and the P-Volver. Obviously, I can't hit anything with this weapon, so there's that. I'm not too good at it. Here come my favorite weapons. This is an AK-47. Which is an AK-47 mixed with hay. This weapon can only be found in crop drops or crop dusters, and they're not that rare to come by, but they are a specialty. These weapons are also pretty strong too. If you aim at the head at your opponents, it's also a good fatality. Even with 1 bullet takes away half of their health. You only carry 30 rounds with this weapon, so be sure to use every single one of these shots wisely, and it will pay off. A lot of people I know really love this weapon, and I do too, but there's one other weapon I like more than the AK-47, and that is the double cob. The double cob works very similar to the normal shotgun, except this carries a lot more firepower. It can rip anything apart up close. It can work at medium range too, but you're going to expect a lot of better results when you fire up close. Every 2 shots you take, you have like a 1 to 2 second reload time. So that's the big catch of how they made this weapon not OP. But a cool trick I've learned over the years is that double cobs, along with the rocket launcher, you can use to propel yourself up in the air. Double cob can launch yourself up in the air, I think twice as high as you can with a normal shotgun. Let me confirm this with you. So this is how high a normal shotgun propels you. And this is what a double cob does. Notice the difference? I think it's pretty cool. Now that I went over all the weapons with you, let's go over with the grenade weapons, or the sub weapons, or whatever you want to call them. This is a pineapple nade. It's a frag grenade. If you cock it for a long period of time, or throw it, depending on how long you want to hold it, it will explode within seconds. With every single secondary weapon, you can either throw it from a long range, or you can lob it at a short range to hit your opponent. Pineapple nades are usually used to time an explosion right, so if it doesn't work the first time, just keep at it. Lemonades, on the other hand, are used very differently. Unlike the pineapple nade, they actually explode on impact. So if you hit an opponent, they're immediately going to detonate. And it will blind your opponent temporarily and kind of damage them over time. This is a Molotov, which is a Molotov cocktail that is created by cows. It's a fire weapon. It has the same effects as a flamethrower, except it's put in a stationary period and will burn a person over time if they stand in the fire. Last but not least, we have the Onionade. And it's very similar to the Lemonade, except unlike the Lemonade, this is a tear gas grenade. So just like a Molotov, if you're in the same spot for a long period of time, you will lose a lot of health. And it will also temporarily blind your opponent. So they have the mixture of both the Lemonade and the Molotov. So in my opinion, I think this is the best weapon as a grenade in the game. What makes the Molotov, along with other grenades, very special is that you can actually do some cool tricks with them. Like what the developers showed me, you can launch something in midair and then snipe it, and it will create a lot of fire. If you time it right, this will usually work, but it's very rare to come by. So don't expect a lot of people to be doing this tactic. It's very hard to time too. And of course we have the power-ups. You will see these throughout every match in Shotgun Farmers, and I'll go over all 5 of them for you. These are the health packs. There's a half one and a full one for alcoholic bottles that will heal you over time. If you grab the small bottle, you'll get healed 25 points, but if you grab the big bottle, you'll get healed 50 points. Same thing with these little guys. These are the Moo Moo shields, and they create shields or body armor for your character. The carton actually heals you by 50, while the gallon fills you by 100. Last but not least, we have the Ghost Pepper, which, if you grab it, you temporarily go invisible for a short period of time. It's a very good power-up to use against other opponents if you want to sneak up on them. They have a hard time seeing you, and I feel like this power-up is pretty overpowered. But it's in the game, and it doesn't really last that long, so I think it's okay. I think I went over all the weapons with you and all the power-ups in the game. Now I think I should show you a match in the game. I forgot to tell you about the limited time modes. They only come once a week. But sometimes it's usually a weapon-based theme game where you go in and it's just something random, like, you know, watermelon only or rocket only. Sometimes the developers like to surprise us. You can either find a match, or you can create a match yourself or join a room if you're visiting streamers like me. I stream this game every Friday, by the way, on my Twitch channel. You should check it out. When you create a room, you can customize whatever you want. You can increase or decrease the time limit. You can create the amount of number of players you want. You can allow bots, or you can create a private match. You can choose any game mode you want. Over here is the genetically modified options, or GMO for short. You can make your farmer double jump. You can cause friendly fire within teammates. You can have your guy always invisible. You can have your farmer have a big head. You can have your guy heal after causing other damage to others. You can travel really fast. You can don't have gravity. You can pretty much customize whenever you want. I think this is pretty cool, but I don't use GMOs really often. I probably should. And then the customization tab is where you can design your farmer to whatever you want. They have lots of badges, lots of emotes, lots of colors, hairstyles, you name it. They've got it. And the developers slowly add them over time, so there's a lot more. There's probably going to be a lot more, even after the time I've uploaded this video. Now that I went over all that, let's go into a match, shall we? So here's what a normal PvP match looks like in Shotgun Farmers. Sometimes it's mixed with bots, and other times it's mixed with human beings. And most of the time, it's just normally a match where players go at each other in the normal games I previously just talked about. And it's normally just outgunning the other opponent and just beating them in the match. And I have a little bit of experience in Shotgun Farmers, even though I have been playing this for about 6 months. I've been practicing a lot with the Xbox Series S controller, but this game is cross-platform, so anybody with a PC, a PlayStation, or an Xbox can all play with each other. And they're even coming out with a Nintendo Switch version, which it also will be added to the crossplay. So I think that's pretty cool how the developers added that. I'm just taking advantage of all the power-ups and all the weapons and blowing up all my opponents and shooting whoever is up. I also memorized where all the items are too, because I've been playing the same maps over and over. So it's pretty interesting. There's also little Easter eggs here, so you can turn on a piano, you can play some music in the background if you want while you're fighting other people. There will also be some crop drops that will come out of the sky, which will drop weapons like I mentioned before, such as the double cob, which of course is my favorite weapon. And then other times there will be crop dusters that will fly across the sky and just sprinkle crops across the map, which will also be used for combat. So as I mentioned, both crop drops and crop dusters will be used to drop like rare weapons like the double cob or the AK-47. Another interesting thing is that whenever you come across a gnome on the map, you have the opportunity to collect it. They don't really do much, except they reward you with 100 points by the end of each match. And sometimes they're hard to come by, they're very well hidden, but if you somehow collect 100 gnomes in 100 matches, you end up getting an achievement. And it also is bragging rights of how many gnomes you've collected overall. I've collected a bunch of them back in my day. So far, I'm not doing a bad job when it comes to fighting everyone, especially with the double cob. I feel like I'm all set. I'm very well armored, and I just pretty much pay attention to my surroundings, and I can pretty much fight them. Interestingly enough, lemonades are also rare. They can only be found in crop drops, which I don't know why that's the case. They really just do the same thing as the onionades, which you can just find them when they spawn in on the map. Nope, I just lost the double cob. I guess I could just improvise with the rest of the other weapons. Or we can just win right now.
Victory!
Well, that went fast. But I hope these lectures really helped you out on learning how to play Shotgun Farmers. If you happen to stumble across this game and this video, this will probably help you overall on your overall performance in the game and having to have fun within the Shotgun Farmers community. Because I know this game is probably one of my favorites, and I love this game to death. And the developers, I love them too. Before I go, there's one more thing I want to cover with you, and that is the item shop. Now, this is the newest thing they've added in Shotgun Farmers, and this is probably one of the best reasons for me to keep playing. So, it's either going to be daily or weekly. They're going to be adding new items within the game of Shotgun Farmers, and the currency is called Bakbucks. Now, Bakbucks are used as currency that can only be attainable through gameplay. There is no such thing as microtransactions in Shotgun Farmers. So every time you win a match or just play out a match, you're gonna get Bakbucks. And whenever you grind out the game, it really does pay off because you get really, really cool rewards, such as right here. Right now I'm wearing the ugly sweater, which I'm currently rocking right now. Which, no pun intended, there's also the rocking chair emote, which I already got. But in the regular items, which they recently changed, there's two things I really want to get before the map rotates. And that's this purple shotgun skin, which I'll probably get on stream sometime very soon. And the Bach and Roll. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, I'm definitely buying this. Yes! So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope this video helped you a lot when it comes to learning about this game. And I hope to see you guys on stream if you do end up getting the game and playing with me, because I do stream this game on my Twitch channel every Friday. I am now part of the Shotgun Farmer stream team, so yay! Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys on the farm. Take care, people.